welcome to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, I would like to say welcome and please join the family by subscribing, and do not hesitate to comment down below, alright? And if you're coming back and you're tuning in for like probably the second time, third time, fourth time, I really like to thank you. I appreciate the love, that you're giving in this family setup, alright? So today, as you can see by the title, we'll be talking of the 5 fundamental steps to success, alright? So that's what I'll be talking about today. And mind you, as I'll be speaking, I want you to know that I'll also be speaking to myself because I'm also in the journey, to success. Without further ado, let us just get right into it. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right to the point. Okay, so the first step to success is that you need to reset your mind. Okay, you need to reset your mind, and you also, when I mean by resetting your mind, I mean that you need to reprogram your mind. Why am I saying that you need to reprogram your mind? Because one thing I've realized is that most of us have programmed our minds to think negatively. Okay, so the first step that you need to do is to reset your mind, all right, and to reprogram your mind. Okay, and how do you reprogram your mind? You need to unpack every single thing that is negative, all right, any baggage that is filling your mind. Okay, you need to make sure that you remove all the baggage or any unnecessary thing that is in your mind. Okay, because you cannot feel in something new in a mind that is already filled. Okay, so that's one thing you need to do. You need to reset your mind, unpack all the unwanted stuff, okay, so that your brain has enough space to welcome in new stuff. Okay, because now we're talking about being new, we're talking about being successful. Now we're no more focusing on the negatives, we are now focusing on the positives. Okay, so that is one of the things that you need to do. You need to reset your mind. So and the reason why I say that you need to remove all the baggage is because, for instance, you can't put fresh potatoes in a bag of rotten potatoes, because eventually these fresh potatoes will end up becoming rotten. You understand? So what you need to do is, before you just fill your mind with positivity, you first need to remove these negative thoughts. That is, part of reprogramming your mind is by removing all the unwanted baggage, removing all the negative things and the fear that you have, the self-doubt. You need to remove all that if you want to start this journey of being successful. So that is the first step. Okay, and we are moving on to the second step. Now the second step is improving. You need to improve your self-talk. And before we can talk about self-talk, we need to understand what self-talk really is, alright? So self-talk is like a conversation that you have with yourself, or probably a debate, or maybe like a dialogue or something like that, you understand? But to be more specific, it's just a conversation that you have. For instance, maybe you are just conversating with someone a few minutes ago, and after that conversation, you're telling yourself, oh my gosh, I could have said this, I could have done this. That is self-talk. You're literally talking to yourself. And research actually says that the mouth, right, is able to produce 125 words per minute, but at the same time, the brain processes or produces 500 words at that time. So in other words, what the mouth can do in 1 minute, the brain can do in 15 seconds. You understand? And right now, as I'm speaking to you, yes, I might speak to you for like about 20 minutes and all that, but then most of the time that is spent is through your self-talk. You understand? That is why people say that there is more power in believing in yourself. Okay, there is power in believing in yourself, because we believe that things happen internally before they happen externally. So what I can say is that we're a reality of our own audience. Okay, most of the things that happen to us is because of what we talk or what we tell ourselves. Okay, so most of the convincing actually happens from us convincing ourselves, not from some motivational speaker or from Charmaine telling you this and that. No, it is through you. So what you need to do is to improve your self-talk. And how can you improve your self-talk? We'll go back to the first step into reprogramming your mind. You first need to reprogram your mind. You need to remove all the baggage and put in positive thinking, okay, so that you can improve your self-talk. All right. And also, I have a story that I read, of a soldier who did something wrong. Okay, so per custom, what they were supposed to do is that there were supposed to be three soldiers who were supposed to accompany this person. Okay, and now they're accompanying this person to be sentenced to death, right? So now, when they sentence this person to death, what they do is they cover him with a black plastic, okay? And when they cover him with the black plastic, the next thing to do is to shoot him. Shoot him 3 times, 1 bullet each soldier, right? So they're gonna shoot him. So what happened is the guy who did something wrong was covered in the black plastic. He was in front, and the gunshots were fired. All right. But when the people were examining the person's body, they found out that there were no bullets on the body, but the person was dead. What could that possibly mean? It is because the person already told himself that he was going to die, even though the bullets did not even touch his body. He died because of what? Of self-talk. Because of what? Of negative self-talk. So negative self-talk is really, really a major thing in our lives. You can either die or stay alive through self-talk. Self-talk has the capabilities of, wasting your time or creating it. You understand? So that is one important thing that you need to improve your self-talk. You need to be positive. You need not to doubt yourself. And also, let me just give you an example from the Bible, all right? Found in Numbers chapter 13, where the spies went to check the place, if they were able to go with the Israelites and all that. And these spies, when they came back, they said, in quotation, they said, "We were like grasshoppers in our own eyes." We were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. That means that the giants did not comment about their size, but then it was them that commented about their size. It was their self-talk, their negative self-talk that, made them look like grasshoppers. And as a result, the Israelites had to, they had to wander around in the wilderness. So the thoughts you think can be for better or worse. So that was the second step. The first step is to reprogram your mind. Second step is to improve your self-talk. Improve your self-talk by filling in what? Positive thinking and not negative thinking, because negative self-talk can cause a huge damage, all right? And that will take us to the third step, all right? How to improve self-talk. So, of all the methods of reprogramming, the most efficient one is reading, all right? You can improve your self-talk by what? By reading books. Not just any books, but books that will help you in a way, books that will make you achieve better things, you understand? Yeah, so that's one of the things. Improving your self-talk requires you to read more books, okay? So, the reason why I say that reading is also important in the steps to being successful, it is because reading improves your brain power, okay? It develops your mind, you understand? So that is the most important thing. It develops your mind. It is the food to the mind. So just imagine if you do not feed your mind. That means that your mind is very hungry. Your mind is really hungry. You need to feed it by reading books. Okay, you need to feed it by reading books. And also, if you realize there are some certain thoughts that you cannot think of unless you have read about them. For instance, let me just take you back home. For those who are schooling, okay, for those who are in tertiary, whether you're in tertiary or in high school or in primary, you cannot answer a question on a subject that you have never studied, or a topic that you have never studied. There is no such. For instance, you can't answer a question on calculus and yet you have never practiced calculus, you have never taught about calculus, you never read about calculus, or probably let me just talk about history, okay? You cannot answer things about Hitler and the Nazis and all those kind of stuff if you have never read about them. What will you be writing? Because you do not know. Just imagine you're in the exam room and you're writing a history paper and they ask you who Hitler is, and you go there and you write with confidence that Hitler is actually the president of South Africa. I mean, come on. So reading is actually important. You understand? That is the importance of reading, so that you do not embarrass yourself. That's why I said that for you to improve your thinking, you need to read more so that you have more information. Because if you read more, you're able to link a lot of things with other stuff. Okay, so that is one of the most important things that you're able to do. And as you read, it builds your vocabulary. As you read, you're building your vocabulary, guys, because the more you read, the more words you learn, and the more you're able to express yourself. All right, so that is one of the important things that leads to success. You really need to read, because if you find out, you can never overcome a person who reads. You can't, because the person just knows more knowledge than you. So the more you read, the more knowledge you have. That is how it is. And the more knowledge you have, the more ideas you have into being successful. All right. And also, there is no point in life. Please get this straight. There is no point in life where you tell yourself that, no, I have read enough, I am done, and all that. No, there's no such. Life is a school in which we continuously learn. And the only time you have to stop learning is when you shut down. You understand? So you continue reading, you continue learning new stuff. And I see most people, they get excited when they get just one degree, and they get excited like, oh, I got a degree and all that. It's a good thing, yes, but remember, there's a total of 360 degrees, and when I just achieved 1 degree, so you've got like 359 degrees left. So we've got a lot of learning to do. You've got a lot of learning to do. And how do you do this? For instance, if you're majoring in physics, or you're majoring in let me just say, if you're majoring in physics, all right, in your spare time, learn about something else. Learn about economics, learn about businesses, learn about art, learn a new language. That is something, right? When I mean that you should read books, I don't mean focus on just one language. You can even read in different language. It is actually developing your mind, whether you like it or not. Of course you like it, but yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things that you need to do. So keep reading and grow in knowledge. Okay, grow in knowledge. Fourth step is that you need to love learning. Okay, love learning, right? Because if you love learning, you'll be more eager into getting more knowledge. And when you get more knowledge, as I said, you are able to generate a lot of ideas and build a lot of things, and become successful. All right. So be open to learning, because this is true knowledge. All right. So these are the 4 steps. In summary, I said you need to reprogram your mind. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to reprogram your mind, reset your mind. How do you reset your mind? You take out all the baggage. You need to unpack every single unnecessary thing that is in your mind, such as negative thoughts, self-doubt, fear. You understand? And yeah, because the Bible says that God did not give us the spirit of fear, all right, but He gave us the spirit of the power of self-control. All right. So yeah, how do you reprogram your mind is to remove all the baggage, so that you have space to put in the new material, such as positiveness and all those kind of stuff. The second step is to improve your self-talk, because most of the things that happen in our lives, or most of the events that happen in our lives, is due to the self-talk that we have. Okay, we mostly convince ourselves through our own self-talk, and not through what, and not by what another person says. Okay, so improve your self-talk. How to improve your self-talk? Which takes us to the third step, which is reading. Reading makes you to have more knowledge. Okay, you have more knowledge, you learn more, and you can generate a lot of ideas that will help you to become successful in anything. Rather, in anything, whether it is in whether you're at school, when you want to like pass your exam, that's being successful. I mean, yeah, that is also part of it. Or whether you want to be successful in life generally, you need to improve your self-talk. How do you improve your self-talk? Reading books. And how do you read books? You need to love to learn, because if you love to learn, then you end up reading more books because you're interested. You need to make sure that you're interested, because remember, we are reprogramming our mind now. All right, we are reprogramming our mind to love learning. All right, so yeah, that is one of the most important things. We have to love to learn. And going to the fifth step now. We are now going to the fifth step, which is, guys, in everything that you do, of course, I cannot leave this one out because I do understand the huge impact that it has. All right, in all that you do, you need to seek God for help. Okay, He is the one who's actually able to change you. I mean, He created you, so He's able to change the way you think. He's able to help you, in this journey that you want to embark on. Okay, so the fifth step, it is the most important thing. Rather, you need to ask God to help you. All right, ask God to help you to remove all the negative thoughts. Because I mean, the devil is fighting. The devil is the one that brings this fear of, not this fear, the spirit of fear. All right, and God is telling you, no, you have to trust me. Trust me, and I'll help you. All right, yeah, because it's a war. The devil is fighting. He doesn't want you to succeed. God wants you to succeed. It's a tug of war. So you need to ask God to help you so that you lean more on God's side, and the devil will not be able to lay a hand on you. So yeah, these are the 5 steps that you need to become successful and to succeed in life. I hope I do not leave anything else, but anyways, this is the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed, and please comment down below your ideas or any comments that you have. Anything, it's fine, it's okay. So yeah, thank you, and be blessed and enjoy the rest of your day. We are out. I'm really happy that you did not abandon the family. Charmaine.